What's up, Internet? So, vlog time. How's my life now? Um, Sleeping in this cot has been some of the best sleep I've had in years. The thing about a cot is it's like the cot and then foam mattress, foam mattress. It folds up, so I sleep like in this dip. That was key. I don't know why that's so comfortable. It's so freaking comfortable. It's probably because I can't roll over. Can't accidentally fall, because a bed will like decline at the edges. You can fucking roll off a bed, but you can't roll off a cot. I used to, when I was on the road last time, get hotels all the time. I don't want to ever do that now. I don't want to get any hotels now. Showering, meh. You don't really need a shower. It helps, but it's not the be all end all. You can get like a soaked wet wipe and do a lot with that. Um, yeah, like if you ever feel like dirty or grungy, cleaning yourself with a soaked wet wipe can absolutely remove that feeling, and you'll wake up the next morning feeling fresh. So, I did my oil change yesterday. The bolt was stripped. Who knows how long it's been since an oil change? So, um, freaking Jiffy Lube was sus. The front door was permanently broken. They said they could replace my bolt and forgot. And what were the other problems? It's just, oh yeah, the one of the vehicles, one of the mechanics' vehicles was missing the front bumper. It was like this Cholo mobile that was all fucked up on the front end. And whoever was beneath me, Cody, in the receipt, it's probably high. Um, so when I complained, they switched out the, what do you call it? They switched out the bolt using a vacuum. They had to run a vacuum inside the thing. The levels are good. Yeah. I had it all jacked up. I was gonna change the oil myself, but that bolt was fucked up. I had nothing to grip the bolt. So I got Jiffy Lube to replace my bolt. And I kind of splurged. I bought a toilet, a toilet shack, and a fireproof bag. I got some of my old military documents mailed to me. And gonna get my updated insurance mailed to me soon. And all this will happen so I can move out in June. I'm gonna leave one of these days in June. It's gonna be like when the rain happens. Got to get a GPS detector so I can not be spied on. But oh yeah, the good news was this thing successfully charged up to maximum, and it charged up my smaller batteries as well. So I was charging it in the sun, and it maxed out, and it had the time to max out my other smaller batteries. So this has 4 USB ports. I have 4 small batteries. It's a good balance. So I should be able to. Man, I've done a lot of art and I've done a lot of vlogs. I don't know if I'm going to need to do so many now. Like, it's weird having a life where I don't need to worry about stuff. Kind of like one of the reasons I'm so concerned about the secret government and that is I just don't trust them. It's like, can I really relax? You know, do you have it? Because you're using this stupid slave tech and you're doing things like male genital mutilation. What's in private property? Like, these people, man, are so dumb. Hey, the money's printed at your debt and taxed. I can't see how that's a problem because the people who normally tell me what to think haven't told me it's a problem. It's like, if they're lying to you with the media, what's the truth and what's the fiction? The fiction is really America exists. It's the history. It's the religion. That's the fiction. The reality is the government likes sex with virgin girls and needs slaves. And do they ever say that? When was the last time they said that? See, like, when Bill Clinton got caught going with Jeffrey Epstein, it was because Jeffrey Epstein got caught for victimizing a girl who happened to get the attention of, like, low-level bureaucrats. People who don't know. Most humans aren't in the winner's circle for the real government. They have no idea. So, the oil change is done. I have the 20,000 mile filter and the 25,000 mile oil. But even though I put that stuff on, Jiffy Lube is still like 3,000 miles. That's what they said. They want to see me again in 3,000 miles. I don't know if I trust Jiffy Lube. I don't think they did a good job. The dude next to me, the car next to me, they had like a critical failure. It drove in and it wasn't able to drive out because of something Jiffy Lube did. So I'm testing to see if there's an oil leak. There is a new bolt and there is no oil leak underneath my car, which is good. Not a drop. Yeah, I've had a lot of cars. All of them had some measure of oil leak. But this one's completely dry. Not a drop. Which I think is awesome. Rare and very cool. Anyway, I have a big fan coming. It's like a really cool fan. I'm going to glue magnets to the bottom of it. I got imperial measurement bolts coming, so I'll be able to work with screws that aren't in metric. Man, the difference between imperial and metric, just that little bit of a difference. 13 millimeter, too small. 14 millimeter, too big. It needs to be whatever the imperial is between that. Yeah, but I'm really happy with my solar panel. I almost bought another one this morning, whole other battery and panel, but I just decided I don't need to because all I'll really be running is like the phone and the fans. And if this thing can catch a full charge in a couple hours, the window I can charge this thing up is from like 10 to 1. That's when I have sun in my yard. And so if this thing can catch a full charge between 10 and 1 and charge my auxiliary batteries, that's really good. So still won't charge my scooter. I'm hoping the car outlet thing will do that. I still have my extra seat. I tried to sell it. Nobody bought it. So I may lower the price. I have a bunch of salvage. I should really just find some place in town that will buy recyclable stuff from you. Get a salvage fee. Yeah. I mean, like, I took the passenger seat out because I'm not planning on having a passenger. I don't expect anyone to. You wanna sit in Campland with me? There was a time when I was younger and more naive that I hoped for that, but see, they know you need money. They know it's printed at your debt and tax, and they know you need it to have a family. And so the reason they did that is so you'd be their slaves. It's like when it's boner time. It's boner time. And so boner time means that the guy with the boner is lying to everyone. It also means that he's using everyone. So that's what's behind the church. That's what's behind the wars. That's what's behind the money. And people IRL generally agree. People online are like, what? No way. I'm the best thing ever. Most people don't agree with the secret government theory because they can't accept they are losers. Alone with their ego and their thoughts, they're winners somehow. There's no way this ugly worker is a fucking loser. They make you losers on purpose. They want to be the hottest. They want to have the best stuff. They're not going to let anyone else in on that. You got to look modest and humble, or you're going to be called Lucifer and burned. Sucks. Their happiness is fake. The reason they are happy and the reason they have gratitude is because they were instructed by the slavers to feel that way. It's not because they actually feel that way. So, at least the camping battery was good. I'm pretty happy with Taiwan Semiconductors too. It's a cool business. I'm invested in it. I don't think I have enough money to have like dividends, to stay alive by dividends, because that's what you do. If I had to do my life over, this is what I would do. Fuck everything I complain about. I would go get a really dangerous, really high paid job, right? And I would save money until I had basically like $2 million. So like maybe a 2-decade work cycle. And then I would invest that money in stocks with dividends, and I would live off dividends. And then I would save while I was getting paid dividends. See, in holographic money, you don't have to do that. The dividend strategy, here's where it's weak. If the stock goes under, if what you're invested in has like a huge collapse, then all your money's gone. That's the problem. A dividend's supposed to be a payout of the profit because to me, it seems like another scam. I don't know exactly where the scam is, where's the lie holding this thing together, but I imagine it's that they're just lying. So, but that's what I would have done. But I didn't follow the money because I was circumcised. I knew I had to see what people were packing. You could either become a urologist, go to prison, go into the military, or become gay. I chose the military. I wanted to see what dudes had, And what I found was that, one, online, they do not show you the truth. Not even porn. They go, porn's not real sex. Yeah, it's way worse than porn. It's a lot worse than you think it is. And it's because they see, like, the little dick jealousy is dangerous. Because they caused it. When you're cutting people's dicks off and poisoning them, yeah, they're going to come looking for who did that. So, and that's not what it looks like, cut and uncut. There's some people where uncut, they look worse because they're like Christian. They're supposed to be cut. Their genetic line came from people who were cut and didn't mind it. So they have like, because babies can die from having their foreskin ripped off. They bleed out, right? And so for them to not bleed out takes a certain physiology. So it was like a type of selection. And then there's people who have like the original organic cock as it's supposed to be, which is a real dick, which is like actually would be nice to have, but the government's greedy. There is no way in fucking hell circumcision solved a disease or was cleaner or was better looking or anything like that. Circumcision is about virgin girls and having the only cock. It is. 1,000%. The people who made it up were liars. The reasons they said they were doing it were lies. Even who they are is a lie. Who actually sold it to us is like, if you think America's the real government, you're a fucking idiot. The people you voted for do not run the world. That's why it's like, why are you getting mad? Why are you talking to politicians? They can't do anything. Donald Trump has one answer, and he has to go, gold is the best, and I love Israel, because it's going to be circumcision in the power base of the real freaking government. He has no choice. Do you want to be president? That's what it costs. So Bill Clinton was off on Pedo Island, and he'd come back and be like, circumcision's important. You should be making sure your kids get circumcised. Bill Clinton. They call him Slick Willie. All these people like Elon Musk and Bill Clinton, you think they're famous and popular because they're great and successful, but they need to look famous and popular so they can get girlfriends. And so they spend the money on publishing, they spend the money on bots, they do things that exclusively chase the cash. They are paying themselves with their privilege and power so that they can breed. They're overcome with this feeling that I just want to breed all the time, because that's where they come from. If you didn't have that mentality, you don't exist. You're not a person here. So, yeah, the curses of the species, beyond having to eat, beyond the fact you die, is the fact you have to breed to live. None of us come out of the universe as a merit. All of us are made through reproduction. And so if you don't care about that, you get pruned out of the species. The people who don't care about that are rare, because it's the only place you come from. You know how many, boys become women and then turn around and try to date chicks as women? That sucks. That's gotta be hard work. Or how many, girls become guys and want to date dudes as a guy? So, yeah. And no matter what you do, you're gonna fucking die. You're gonna fall apart and rot. Thanks, ancestors. You don't thank me. Anyway, I did get my oil changed, and it is the high mileage stuff. And I do plan on waiting at least a year or 20,000 miles before I do it again. That fucking Bolt, man. It cost me $50 to go to Jiffy Lube. And I'm kind of lucky they forgot to replace my Bolt because I got that job for free. Because I felt bad, because I did tell them I wanted that a couple times and they forgot. So yeah. I'm really happy my solar panel to my battery works really good. This brand is not going to power something that's 300 watts. It's not going to power something that's 150 watts. But the USB runoff is good. And it does max out its power quickly. And I saw it charge one of my batteries, one of my backup batteries. They're pretty big. This backup battery can charge my phone twice. Backup battery fully charged my speakers. Right? And it got it to max percentage while it was charging. Yeah, that's awesome. I should be able to hook up all 4 of them to this thing in the sun and come off with all 4 topped off and this thing topped off. That would be ideal. Katy Perry going to space. She did go to space, but her religious language is ridiculous. Katy Perry's a believer. Look at all her fucking music. I think she's been knocked down from believing recently. It's just not true. The Creator cares about us. It's a genital mutilation hoax and the animals eat each other. Love is about breeding. It's like the way you are is what's necessary to eat and make more people. It's not its own thing. It's not that life is for or about you. This place doesn't give a fuck about you. That's kind of how the lie came out. The lie about God, the lie about all of that. That came from the fact it doesn't care. The thing that runs it, didn't care enough to correct the story. You can talk mad shit about the Creator. It doesn't cost you anything. It costs you the humans who are mad. There are humans who are butthurt about that, who will complain. They're so stupid. If Jesus Christ is real, why can't he defend himself? If God can talk, why would you ever talk for it? We were asked to. By who and how'd you find out? They're just not there. It's like the ancestors that didn't agree died. the ancestors who didn't toe the line with the government got purged. And so the people who are around are slaves. They have one mode, and that's support the way, support what has been given to us. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, I stopped drinking soda. I had switched from energy drinks to diet soda, getting a big bottle of that for $1. Man, I was always tired. It's always gassy. And I just quit, and I'm not tired today. I actually feel pretty good. Stuff can't be good for your kidneys. You want a load of freaking... Like, why can't they put oxygen in the soda? You can't put oxygen in the soda? It's got to be carbon dioxide, the thing that causes anxiety. Like, was that a freaking accident, or did they do that on purpose? It's like, what is Parmesan? Why does these products Italy sell have uric acid in it? What is that? Who made that? Would the government sell you pee? Yes, they absolutely hate you. Here's why. They think you're lazy and you might like their stuff. At the point in time the rich have subjugated the poor so much they're afraid of the poor coming back, they're going to throw out sabotage to the poor. Like, we're going to heaven and it's to cut your dick off. Like, they just hate you. Look at how guys look at guys. Do guys let other guys be cool? Hell no. You're wrong. You didn't get it. I know way better. You're going to find out. That's how they are. And that's how the government is to the poor people. The real government. Not people you voted for. The real government. Super Pedo Island. They don't explain who they are. Hey, when you get a new cell phone, do you go to your cows and do you say, hey, cows, this is a cell phone. I have a new one. Hell no, because the cow won't get it. He won't understand. Same thing with the government. When the government does something, hey, we got a brand new tunnel and party bunker, they don't bother telling you. You at the most will get jealous. At the least, you'll figure out who they are and hate them. They keep fucking quiet. Tell them their neighbors want to attack them and make them fight each other again. Now, they're not perfect. The government does this pretty good, but they still mess up. They can try to circumcise everyone, and there's still people who are like, no, and they avoid it. So that's the sad thing about human nature. Circumcision, the rape of kids, caught people who were willing to trust the Creator and people who wanted to do what was right and follow the rules. The rules are actually the enemy. Can you think about it? Should you do what the words say? If the words tell you specifically you ought to do a thing, what sort of result will come from doing it? Well, you have to know who's speaking. Is it the Creator of the universe, or is it a man with needs who needs to lie because you won't support his vision if he tells you what he's really doing? Who would go along with, all the girls are mine and I'm going to sit here and get high? No one would go along with that. But when you sell it as you're going to heaven, and suffering is what the Creator wanted you to do, then it gets more confusing, especially when done to a child. Then the child doesn't have the chance to resist. But it's the mark of intelligence to figure that out. You're supposed to know. You know when I really knew? It wasn't when people told me. It was when I spent a long time in nature watching to see what really happened in nature. What really went on in the natural world. And it's the safari, things hunting each other, things fighting over, like, anytime there was anything, the animals would fight each other over who got it. There'd be another turf war. So that's what it is. There's no Creator. God said is another lie. And the people, like, did you have to circumcise to bring peace? Or did they circumcise to win the war with an aggressive first action? And why didn't they kill the boys? Well, because they need someone to do all the work. They still need someone to do all the work and make more slave kids. But they don't want you to be cool or have anything like they do. And they might still like one of those village girls, me as well. So yeah, I blame the Creator for making too much. I go like, you were so interested in making a gigantic, horrible experience that you didn't take care of any of us. What person who's ever lived on this planet has actually had a nice life? None. They've all gotten old and died. Every person before you and me, unless the government has figured out how to live forever, fucking died. They toiled and suffered and rotted. Nobody has had a nice life here. Right? And whose fault is that? The maintainer of the universe, whoever that is. Can you imagine me being responsible for what's going on the bacteria of my fucking finger? No way for me to know. Am I responsible for mass extinction events when I go like this? That's what our problems are. Problems of I don't know it's happening, I can't be bothered. So I'm expecting a delivery. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I didn't buy the other solar panel. Would have been 180 bucks. I don't really need to. I'm glad I ordered a fireproof bag in my old military records, and I get like all my stuff in a good fireproof bag just in case. I've had one fire in my life, and the second it happened, I woke up and had the fire extinguisher, and it was out. So it was on an electrical breaker. Yeah, people don't like each other. Do they look like you? They like you more. They don't look like you at all. They fucking hate you. They blame you for all their problems. You know, I can't get anyone online to agree that Jews in Palestine are myths. The fucking Muslims circumcise and practice pedophilia. So if the Muslims circumcise and practice pedophilia, are they any different from the Jews who circumcise and practice pedophilia? No, it's two puppets. It's a puppet war. They want to see you fight for their entertainment. Because nothing feels as good having all this stuff, like someone else not having anything. That's really what makes it, is not only do I have everything, but all of you have nothing. That is really what makes this thing so enjoyable. So, is the cosmic life about taking turns for that position? Or is that just some monkey business bullshit that the real government cooked up? So, what? You're crazy. Come back to Earth, man. Get a grip. I've heard that all. Do I seem that crazy? Hey, what's crazier? Jesus Christ is real, and he's going to come back one day. Or the government's a pedo cave and they lied to cut your dicks off. Which is really more likely here, given what we know about them. Hey, I'm angry. The good life I wanted was denied to me before I was even born. And the people who did it are lying and hiding. You know when Pinocchio lies, his nose grows bigger? All he ever wanted was to be a real boy. Did you figure that out? I'll just die alone. Trust me, I don't want to give anybody to this planet to hurt. They just wouldn't. They don't deserve it. If you are the modest, humble slave class, if you do look ugly and servile, if your evolutionary training has made you love Christmas and hate things that are truly awesome, like holographic speed painting, then you're not worth reproducing. You're not worth making more of. It'd be better to either let you die or let science develop a new path for you. sucks. I wish the creator had a body we could hurt. For real. The old son of God paid. Nah, it's not enough. You need to stop the government, circumcise the government, find the real government, find the harem lords and rip their dicks off. That would be fair. That would easily be a nice coming together. Yeah, I've tried the best I can. Holographic money and holographic speed painting. Holographic speed painting does have a lot of, if you're paying attention, you'll see a lot of very interesting ideas, things that will work IRL. And like the current system can't be fixed on the level of the system because the system is broken on purpose to be mean. It's like with all these issues from suffering to aging to slavery, poison, petroleum versus free energy, on all these issues, the ultimate solution is take out the secret benefactor, who's the pedo cave. You'll feel better, your tech will improve. All these things will be improved by doing that. Now, the reason it won't be successful is I'm not them. I didn't pay them. I don't bribe anyone to look at these videos. It works. I've done it before. Like, I had to know, and it works immediately. Wow, you did it. They'll even send you a message. Congratulations. YouTube knows I paid them, and they still sent me a congratulations. That one was good. They're so fake. It is. It's like the liar. It's the liar's day. Stinky BS. The person who actually does all the work will never get any credit. When was the last time Elon Musk spotlighted one of his engineers? Literally never. He makes it look like he did it all. He's never gotten in a rocket. And he does only spend his time. He needed all that money to breed. It's like, I have to make more. It's the prime directive. As long as there's more copies, I'm relaxing. Yeah. You're a drone. Evolutionary autopilot. Not even smart enough to see. Not even smart enough to see your own bullshit. A truly wise man knows who he is. He's looked in the mirror and seen what was really there. See, my strategy is to make people so angry at the secret government that we get an effective revolution going. Facts about this revolution against the secret government: they have never lost. No revolution against them has ever been successful. Every revolution or social overcoming has been their deliberate operation that they told you wanted. Right? It's like the churches are everywhere because people really just believe. They don't believe that crap. I knew that as a kid. Anytime I try to quote religion at people, they go, no. They don't want to hear it because it's not true. If the creator wanted to speak, a voice from space would do it. It wouldn't be like, hey, you, one person, I told only you tell them all. That's a game. That's stupid. It was really somebody lied and made up the whole divinity thing to get everyone persuaded. And then they used their favorite trick, money. Look, everyone says. It's on every corner because everyone believes it. So yeah. Sucks. I'm gonna nap this lifetime away. I am. I'm planning on just going out to camping land and freaking napping all day. Uploading sometimes. Should I get a Planet Fitness? If you watch this far, you gotta answer me. Should I get a Planet Fitness gym membership? Because truck station showers aren't too expensive. They're like $5, $10, maybe $15. See, Planet Fitness would be awesome. What I've been asking for is a traveler's circle. Is you actually have a place that has like facilities, like it's a huge ring, right? Park anywhere along the ring, and you can use the toilet and go get. But they know that people will make that their permanent stop. Maybe like a 2-week limit. Yeah, as a kid, I used to have a lot of spunky energy to meet people. Now I don't. I just have no hope for my life at all. What am I supposed to make out of this? The most hope I have is getting a movement going to get revenge. And either I'm the first person ever to notice any of this, or they've all noticed it. It's just the freaking embargo. Like, what is, if there's censorship, who is censoring what? What line is the censorship on? Is the line of censorship on don't talk about the secret government pedo cave? Because that's the one thing I never hear them mention. Yes, every war in history was funded both sides by gold. But they never question where the gold comes from or the gold providers. You haven't realized that when there's a war, both sides are buying steel. Do you think the person who runs that is a businessman who lives in a castle? Or did he build himself a private estate in the mining empire, like a secret tunnel network beneath freaking stone slabs? Do you need sunlight, or can you have a mirrored tube? Could a mirrored tube carry you sunlight? There's almost 1,000,000 miles of undersea cables. Each gold mine is hundreds of miles long. How hard would it be to hide like a mountain bunker? You know that they know like St. Michael's, they know all the castles on the surface. When was the last time the humans had an expose of the secret underground hidden fortresses? Never that I know. I've never seen that. Never heard of that myself. So is that where they really are?